Hello, friends, and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is about 3:45 in the morning on Thursday, so you'll be seeing this evening. I did not get to record yesterday because I went and had dinner with my local children. I say my local because my son and daughter-in-law and their baby did not get to make it because they're out of state and they work out of state. So they could not come join us last night for dinner. So we had a late night enjoying ourselves. But I was doing a little bit of organizing here in my office. I'm still going through things slowly. But I found a bag and it had all of these in it. It had all of my clues for my shop pop in it. So I was very excited about that. So now what I am doing, I just grabbed a quick and easy one. This one is called Beach Balls. This one was by Hannah's Quilts. And it's a very simple and easy block to make just by the looks of it. I'm just looking here to see. It looks like everything is pre-cut. I've got triangles. I've got strips. I got short strips. I got long. Okay, I got 3 different sizes of strips. Y'all, this is the first time I'm opening this up. Okay, so we have some long strips. We have medium strips. And this looks like it may be Cafe, I think. Maybe not. Some shorter strips. We have a rectangle. And then we have triangles. So what it looks like is we are going to take our square and build off of it and put triangles on each side of the block. So first thing I'm going to have to do is get my iron heated up so I can press my blocks. So one second. So the first thing I do is I press a crease in here so I can put my side triangles on and make sure that they are centered. And my husband may get up and see what I'm doing because he was still asleep when I walked in here. But I just thought I would do something real quick so y'all would have something to do today. Now this is a block from the 2025 shop pop for the Quilting Guild in my area. Now, I am not a part of the guild. I don't know when I'd have time to be part of the guild, honestly. The Quilting Guild in my local area, they one year have a shop hop and the next year have a quilt show. They don't do both in the same year. I don't know if that's how most guilds work, but that's how the one in my local area does, which I think is pretty fun. I mean, one year you get your shopping done for your quilt that you want to submit into the quilt guild, into the quilt show, and the next year you have the quilt show. Which, if I enter anything at all into a quilt show, it's just strictly going to be for fun. So, because I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm good enough yet to, a good enough quilter to do that. And I think in their quilt show, they require you to, I've heard, I don't know about ours, but I've heard that they require you to hand bind. And I don't hand bind. I guess I need to learn how to hand bind and hand quilt. Which I have a quilt that I would love to learn how to, what they call tie quilt, where you tie the knots in the quilt. And that's this one right here. Because I can remember my grandmother tying some of her quilts. And I guess maybe that was just a thing that, based off of era. What year it was in, how they finished up their quilts. But my grandmother, I do remember her putting quilts, though, on a big quilt loom that dropped down from the ceiling, too. But hers didn't drop. I don't think hers dropped down from the ceiling. I actually think hers was just on sawhorses. That's what it looked like anyway. Okay, this is what we're looking like right now. I'm trying to follow the instructions and see what size it's supposed to be. And guys, the first measurement that it had, there's no way I would have gotten that measurement. The square here is bigger than what they say it should have been. But then up here is not what it said it should be. So, we're just going to do it how we do it, and it's going to be okay. My famous saying. But this is going to be a really quick block today. Yeah, because see, look, my piece is so much bigger than that. That's okay. I'll trim it down to the size that I trimmed my square down to. Because I would have had way more than 1/4 of an inch. Around that block if I didn't. But this is going to be a quick Thursday video here. We are just zipping in the sewing right now, and my alarm may even go off because my alarm goes off every morning at 4:30. And being that I was already awake, I just decided to come on and get in the sewing room. But this would be a little bit more accomplished on the shop pop. This will give me my 3rd block now that I found the bag that had all of this in it. And y'all, I found all my goodies that I bought on the shop pop. I found some Metler thread that I wanted to try out. So I'm hoping to, now, that I had threads and stuff I wanted to try. I thought I had bought some, but I just wasn't real sure. But now I get to, well, I'm not going to put that, I don't know, I may. It's a cream colored thread. So I may try that out. And it looks like, I think all of the blocks should trim down to 12.5 inches for this quilt, for the shop pop quilt. And I found a finishing kit for one of the blocks, I'm guessing to make a full quilt of that block. I'm probably not going to do that, but who knows? I could not, I don't know. it would be a fun quilt. My granddaughter would love it because it was a bikini quilt, and she stays at the swimming pool all the time. I think the apartment they're at, that my son and his wife was able to get into, has a swimming pool along with a lot of other things. It would have been really nice to have been able to see my grandbaby girl. I miss her so much. I really want to go see her, but my tryout drive to Shreveport, Louisiana, which was only where we had to go was like 2 hours because it took, we went through traffic and lots of construction. And I just couldn't handle it. It was too long of a drive. So I'm thinking that, oops, it's upside down. I'm thinking that a 4-hour drive to where my son and daughter-in-law live would be a bit difficult. Now, this block is definitely not going to measure what it should because, like I said, the first square, this inner square, was an inch too small. And then, it goes downhill from there. But if everything has to be 12.5 inches, what I will do is add something, maybe a solid border, because this has got too many prints going on in it. I will say it's not one of my favorite blocks. But it seems like every block I have made so far, something has not worked out right with the block, the sizing. And it's just because they cut the fabric or they give you a certain amount of fabric. And one of them, they didn't give you enough fabric. One of the pieces was supposed to be like an inch bigger than what they gave us. And so, that made that one not work. It's almost like it was hurriedly done, like last minute. Now, I know one place that we went, they had somebody actually cutting fabric for kits. We actually had to wait for our kit. We had to wait for the lady to get back from a photography session because it's a photography shop too. We had to wait for her to get back to print the pattern. So apparently they didn't have enough kits kitted up. But it is okay. It's all in the fun of going to the different shops. And, like I said before, I didn't even know we had as many shops in our area as we do. But there are quite a few quilt shops that I would like to go to see again. There is actually one really close to me. It's closer than my favorite quilt shop. It is smaller. And I don't know, when I say smaller, I mean like they don't have as big a variety of fabrics. So I think what I want to do though is get like a calendar for all of the quilt shops in my area and see when, what classes they have, and maybe do a class each weekend, you know, a different class each weekend. And do one at one quilt shop, one at another. And because I've never been able to do a class, mainly because the weekend is normally when I get to record. And I want to be able to bring you guys some content. So the weekend is when I normally get to do it. The weekend is when I get to do a lot of the behind the scenes kind of thing, like the pressing of quilt stuff, like the unnamed UFO. I think, yeah, I need to get it pressed. Oh, I need to line this up on the other end. So this block is about done. We're less than 30 minutes right now. So this may be a 15-minute video that you guys get today. But it's a quick snippet. And I tell you what, I am so going to miss our sew-along this week. With Tammy, you know, we've had sew-along every Thursday evening with Tammy, and I am going to miss that tremendously because I always knew every Thursday when I come home from work, and yes, y'all, I'm still going to be headed to work here in a little bit. And I do have a little surprise for y'all this evening also. I don't know if y'all will see it today, like after this video, because there's definitely no way you'll see it before this video. Well, guys, I might have cut this down right on the money because I don't know how that happened. But somehow it came out 12.5 inches. Look at that. That's got lots of colors to it. So this is block number 3. These are my other 2 blocks. See how this one is like way shorter there? That's because the fabric provided was not the right length. But we've got a whale fan, and we've got our duck, or our pelican, the state bird. And now we have what is called beach balls. So that is block number 3 for our shop hop. We'll go on and get that on this hanger here. So we got one more down. I don't remember how many more to go, but probably 7, I think. Probably 7 more blocks to go. But guys, we're going to call it a day. We're only been here 32 minutes. I have pressing. I will edit out. So you'll probably have a 15-20 minute video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick little snippet for you today. I hope it gets you in your sewing room. Maybe cutting you some fabric out. And guys, I hope you have a great day today. I hope you've been having a great day today because, like I said, it's now 4:15. My alarm will be going off in 15 minutes. So I need to go get myself together for work today. And so if you give me a thumbs up, if you have not yet subscribed, please do. It does help my channel grow, does help me reach more people. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.